Hi, this is Toby, and today I'll be showing you some rejuvenation of this Schlumbergera plant. And if you're wondering where I actually got this from, somebody just left this outside of my house, and I think it was because someone was moving and they didn't want their plant, and they kind of left it there. We left it where we found it for a few days, and no one seemed to have taken it, so I decided to take it in. And it's a very large plant. It's very overpotted with a lot of Schlumbergera. You actually want to kind of constrict the roots a bit. It helps a bit with the flowering. They don't need pots that big. So today we're going to move into a ceramic pot because it is quite wide. And I'm going to actually prune some of the parts off because you can see there's a bit of damage. Some parts weren't cut off properly. I've got a lot of segments that only have half a segment like this one. So I am going to repot it first. So I have to find a way to actually take this out of the pot first. And we'll do the repotting first of all. So I have just taken the plant out. You can see there's actually quite a few plants in there. That's quite normal with Schlumbergera. You usually plant a few cuttings together just to get quite a full bowl. And you can see in this planting, they have achieved that effect. I'm obviously going to prune this to have a better shape. You can see a lot of them weren't pruned properly. I am also going to prune a bit of the roots off, and the soil is not bad. I think the soil should be alright, but I do want to cut the roots in half. I don't want this many roots. Again, you want to constrict the roots a bit. There's some dead material in there, so I am going to sort all this out before I repot it. So it's time to repot it. I just cut, I'll show you what I did. I cut half the roots off, and I also teased a bit of the soil. So I'm going to just test fit and see if it fits in the pot. I think it's a good pot size. I think I'll have to tease a bit of the soil on the side a bit more before I put it in, so I'll quickly go and do that. So it is looking good in the pot. I am going to add a bit of soil at the bottom, some fresh soil. I'm going to quickly repot it. I don't think I'm going to record it because I don't think repotting is that exciting for this, but I will record the pruning. So I'm going to quickly pot it up and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. So it's all repotted and I am going to just give this a prune now. Now the first step to pruning this, or any Schlumbergera I should begin with, is removing any damaged segments, and that's just for the health of your plant. You don't want anything damaged that could potentially rot down the plant. So I can see, because this seems very neglected, there is a lot of shoots that are quite damaged, so I am going to go inside and clean that up. There are even some quite near the base that are a bit damaged. All of this can be used as cuttings, in case you're wondering. Anything I prune off except for the damaged parts. So if I prune off a segment, I can use it as cuttings. Stuff like this, that isn't, a lot of this isn't looking that good. Being very careful not to cut too much off. I don't think I even need all of this. I want to get rid of some, yeah. Some of the stuff quite far back is damaged. Anything that's crossing I will also get rid of. Bit hard to prune these plants, but because it is quite woody, some of the growth, I think it's damaged. I'm going to get rid of. So I'm going to quickly do that and show you what it looks like. So as I'm working away at getting rid of the damaged parts, I'm also trying to look for any branches that I don't really like that's crossing, because it's very congested and I do want to get a bit of airflow into the plant just so it doesn't rot. So I will end up opening this plant up a lot. That's the goal anyways, because there is a lot of congestion. I'm going to remove whole chunks of this plant, you can see from the base, because I actually want to open this plant up and prevent the plant from rotting. So we are going to continue pruning it. You can see that some of these that don't look that healthy. Now again, this was in my front yard in the full sun, and Schlumbergera are not meant to be grown in the full sun. They're meant to be grown in shade. That's why it's not looking very green. But once I put it in shade, it will look a lot better. So again, I am gonna just try and make everything less congested. I know it's very hard because there's so many branches in here, but I will continue doing that and show you the final product. So I have finished pruning it. You can see I've opened it up a lot in the middle. There are so many cuttings. I'm not gonna keep all of them. I will have to choose some good ones in the next few days, and all the ones that I won't keep, they're going to just get thrown away. But I do have to water this. I think it's going to recover really nicely. See, there's already new segments growing. You can see there's some new segments. So after cutting this back, it will fill out again, and we will see what color this Schlumbergera is. I'm not sure what color the blooms are. I do have a few different blooms over there, but or different types of colors there, but we'll see what this one is. So here's an update of what the Schlumbergera looks like now, and it looks pretty good. You can see new segments are very healthy. I know it's slightly elongated here. It's just because this isn't actually a very bright spot. It's slightly shady, but that's okay. You can see the segments haven't etiolated to the point where the growth is abnormal, but most of the plant has new growth. Even back there, I hope you can see there's new growth. It looks a lot greener, a lot healthier. Even stuff inside has new growth. Even the old stuff I pruned off, there's new growth. There's still a bit of crossing stuff that I may have to fix in the future. As your Schlumbergera gets larger, you do have to prune them quite often, probably around once a year. Whereas with a lot of cacti, you don't prune cacti at all. But Schlumbergera is one of the few cacti you actually can prune and shape nicely. But anyways, I will show you this plant when it actually flowers. But that will be with my other Schlumbergera, as I make a video about them flowering every year. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them. But anyways, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.